welcome back to Darvanalee Designs Studio. For those that don't know, my name's Nicole Reed, and today we are here for a little bit of an update on the channel. So, where to start? Okay, as you would have noticed that I have been a little bit MIA in the last couple of months. I'll just move my lights because it's a little bit doomy and gloomy. You can see I'm also sitting in a different spot as well. So I just wanted to stop by and give you a bit of an update of what's been happening. Now, for those that do follow me all the time and are part of the Facebook group and also follow me on Instagram and have been around listening to me prattle on about books for the last few, 18 months? Every Monday I was talking about books, maybe a little bit less, I don't know, I can't remember now how long it was, but you know that I have had, in the last 12 months, a lot of time freed up. Mia went back to her mum. My girls are in senior school. I've had my youngest daughter leave school. She stopped doing dancing. So a lot of time got freed up, and I've been reading a lot. And so I have split my channel, and I have mentioned this here before that I've split the channel, and I've got another channel called Dusty Book Sniffers. Now, I still have the magazine channel, and I still have DD's Vegan Made Easy. Those channels are there that I am just slowly progressing. Like, I'll put something up every now and again. I'm not working actively on them. They are just pretty much update channels and stuff like that. So they're not taking my focus away at the moment. But however, Dusty Book Sniffers is actually taking a lot of my time at the moment. I'm just trying to film and get a few things uploaded and scheduled, so I'm a little bit ahead of the game. And I've also lost my stitchy bug as well, so I haven't been updating for my floss tube, and I have been asked by several people via Messenger on Instagram and also on Facebook, what's going on, why haven't I been around, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm here today to tell you all about everything that has been going on and to give you some sort of update and some sort of closure of what's happening with the channel. So let's start with the row by row. Each year for the last 2 years, I've been doing a row by row. We are doing that, although I have made it exclusively for my Facebook group. My weekly supporters, they're here all the time. They've been around for a long time, and so I've been filming that, and it's gone unlisted. You can still join, and you've got until the 30th of September this year before the patterns disappear out of that group, and then they go for sale. So if it's you've seen my last row by row, you would have noticed that that's disappeared off the channel as well. That's all gone to unlisted. So if you've got those, if you've got those patterns and stuff like that, you will be able to still use those. The links are still all current. Okay, so just click on those links and then you'll still be able to get hold of those. Going forward with my row by rows, I put a lot of work into that. So, and I'm doing it for free at the moment for my Facebook group as a thank you gift to them. And then from the 30th, once everybody's finished their quilt and got all their patterns and all that sort of stuff, from the 30th of September, that will then be removed from the group, and then it will go onto my Etsy store, because that's where I host all my PDFs. It will also be on my website as well, but I'm having some issues with my website and I'm considering swapping platforms. So yeah, there's a bit of things happening with the website at the moment. It's been taking a lot of my time as well. So basically what I'm going to do is at the 30th, as I said, I will remove those patterns. The videos will stay current for those that are doing it, and you may not have your quilt finished, but those videos, those links will all stay current for you. Then I will put the pattern together in a sellable pattern, and it will have a playlist link into that where you will find all the blocks in one spot. So that is what's happening with that. So you would have noticed that I haven't been putting many tutorials up either, and that is primarily because I have been doing other stuff in the background. So reading has taken some of my time to do the booktube channel, which is Dusty Book Sniffers, and so I haven't been doing as many tutorials. I also last week, the week before, I actually put my back out and I couldn't actually stand up at the table, like at the bench where I actually do my tutorials, so I didn't do one last fortnight. And so, yeah, so there hasn't been a lot of activity. I also stopped doing Stitch With Me's to have a bit of a break from that, but they are going to be starting up. I was going to start them up this month, but then my husband's business needed my attention. So I've been helping him with that as well. So, yeah, there's just been lots and lots of stuff going in the background. So I just wanted to check in and let you know that I am okay. I've been looking after myself because I always get told to look after myself. I am taking time for myself. I thoroughly enjoy reading, and I thoroughly enjoy talking about the books that I have been reading, hence why I've started the BookTube. And I also just, yeah, as I said, been helping my husband. I've been helping my daughter get through the next phase in her life, that my youngest daughter. And so I think I've hit a level pegging. Now, I've got a few things happening this month, the month of May. So I've got the magazine that I've got to get out. That is my priority at the moment. I think I've got 2 more days of production, and then that'll be off to the proofreader. And then I've got a weekend away with some friends at the end of the month, and we're going to the quilt show. So I'm hoping to get some footage, but we all know that sometimes these venues won't let you film or anything like that. So if I get some footage, I get some footage. If I don't, I don't. But I'm thinking that I'm going to do a little bit of a wrap up each day and just have a bit of a chat. Whether it'll go up, and it'll go up as one video at the end of it. But yeah, I'm going to take 4 days for the quilt show, and I'm going to spend it with some friends, and we've got our hotels and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to enjoy some dinners together, some of the nightlife possibly, some stitching together, and just really enjoy that time. So going forward, for the month of May, not much more is going to be happening on this channel. I may end up getting another tutorial done this week. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. As I said, I do have unlisted videos going up for the row by row, so that's all happening in the background. You're just not seeing it because it's unlisted. If you want to see it, then head over to our Facebook group, join our Facebook group, and you can get all the patterns there for free until the 30th of September. Now, I've also, another thing that I've been doing is my quilting side of my business is still happening. It's a little bit slow at the moment. People are watching their pennies, as we all do when things are, you know, it's around an election. It always quietens down for me around an election here in Kingaroy. Well, it's an Australian-wide election. We're voting for our federal government. So things always tend to quieten down a little bit. I'm still making bags. I'm still making all that sort of stuff. I haven't listed anything on my website because, as I said, I've been having problems with that. So let's talk a little bit about this website. A couple of months ago, I started noticing that I was getting these like spam emails. And so basically what was happening, I was getting one every now and again, and I was just blocking them and not worrying about them. Now, I have been advised by the people that host my website and everything like that, that my website is totally secure. There is no problems there whatsoever. They've double checked it, they've triple checked it, they've quadruple checked it because I keep hounding at them. But the spam emails have escalated. So this has had a flow-on effect to my mailing list as well. So what has happened is every time someone joins or becomes a member of my website, they get an email saying, thank you, welcome, yada, yada, yada. And that is through MailChimp. So what's happened is, because we've had 95% bounce back from these people that are essentially spam emails joining my mail list, that has now stopped my MailChimp server from sending anything out, and also stop me from sending anything out because of the high rate of bounce back. It's just a little security measure that they have in there, which is fine. We're working together to try and get that sorted out. My website, however, while a couple of weeks ago, especially over the Easter break, I had hundreds of these emails coming into my membership. And so I've been on to the people that I have the hosting through and all that sort of stuff, and they've been working in the background. It has slowed down somewhat, but I wasn't really happy with the fact that, the one, this was able to happen, two, that their response was quite slow, and three, it is still happening and the problem hasn't been 100% resolved. So I haven't been listing anything up on my website, and that has been a directive from them until further notice. So therefore, I can't list my handmade stuff. So I'm now looking at going a different way about this. I am seriously considering going back to Etsy, and I'm seriously considering getting rid of that website off that platform, and basically maybe looking at something like Squarespace or Shopify or something like that. And because it is just ridiculous. This has been going on since the beginning of April. Mid-February is when I started to get the emails. We are now almost the middle of May and it's still not resolved. So I'm not super happy. I don't have to renew my website, like the payment for my website, until September. So it'll remain current, and then I think in the background I'm just going to sort it out and move to another platform and get it all moved over to there. It is a lot of work. My daughters are going to be helping me. One of my daughters will be helping me as much as she can, and my husband will probably have to get on that bandwagon as well. So that is sort of where I'm at the moment. Going forward, I have decided that I probably won't be getting any more fabric in. I'm actually stepping away from that temporarily until I figure out what I'm going to do. Whether I'm going to stick with selling fabric and stuff like that. I don't really sell a lot of fabric, and the fabrics I do have here I generally just use for backings and also for tutorials and retreats and stuff like that. So I'm just sort of reevaluating that side of the business, and whether or not it's actually worth having a website or just going back to Etsy and leaving it on there, because it's pretty simple. I just upload and all that sort of stuff. I can have it just Australia only, or I can ship worldwide. It doesn't matter. I can include all the postage in there, and we'll see how we go. So that is something else that's happening in the background. Going forward for tutorials and things like that, I think I want to just take a little bit of a step back from filming aggressively on the channel and just going for the immediate future, and possibly just till the end of the year, just having fortnightly tutorials going up. I'm happy to say that I have crossed that elusive threshold that I have been chasing for about 2 years now, and that is, I've reached 20,000 subscribers. So thank you so much, everybody. I do appreciate it. So I figured that just to give myself a little bit of break. I've been doing this for a fair chunk of time now, since 2018, the beginning of 2018, I've been solidly filming. So going forward, I'm just looking at doing a tutorial every fortnight, just for a little while, until I just regroup and get some of this other stuff sorted out. Floss tube. Now, I haven't really been stitching since February. I sort of lost my stitchy bug, and I can honestly say I have finished something every week, and I've been doing a lot of designing in the background, and I have a lovely friend, Jenny, who has been stitching those up for me. I haven't even really been stitching those. She's been stitching all those up for me for coming issues of the magazine and stuff like that, and I'm really enjoying that side of my cross stitch at the moment. So subsequently, I haven't really been stitching that much on the whips that I have, but I have still got finishes this year, and I just thought that I need to maybe take a little bit of a step back and just think about how I'm going to progress with my floss tube in the future. Now, I was thinking of just doing it every fortnight, and I'm still thinking that maybe that's what I will do, but I don't think I'm going to start that until June. As I said, I've got a bit happening in the month of May, and I think I might just start June and get back into it, fortnightly tutorials and then fortnightly floss tube, but I'm still maybe thinking maybe only once a month. So if you don't see me, you might see me for a couple of weeks where I'm doing one every fortnight, and then you might not see me for a fortnight, and then I'll do a monthly update. And that's mainly because it was becoming, for floss tube, it's becoming a little bit of a chore, and I don't want it to be a chore. I want to enjoy my hobby. I love cross stitching. I love designing. I love producing the magazine that I produce as well. I love doing all that sort of stuff, but cross stitch was starting, the actual stitching side of it was starting to become a little bit of a chore for me, because I was so not stressed. I felt obligated is the word that I'm trying to say. I felt obligated to stitch every single day, so I had a lot of stuff to show you. So I've taken a step back and I've thought about it long and hard, obviously, because I haven't posted in quite some time. I think I've done one update since February, and so I'm thinking that because I'm feeling obligated, which then that leads to being stressed about it because I feel obligated to you guys, and I can't help it. I know that you're all going to say in the comments, don't feel obligated, just do it when you can. I can't help how I feel. It's just the way I work. You know, I start to feel obligated, I start to feel guilty, I start to feel that I need to do this, and then, you know, my work is going to start suffering, my stitches aren't going to be nice, and I want to enjoy it as well. So I figured I'll do a fortnightly one, see how that goes, but I may change it to a monthly one. And I mean, 12 updates a year is not too bad. My Stitch With Me, I'm still on the fence with that. I sort of don't know what to do, because I enjoyed doing those and just, you know, chit-chatting away, and you guys obviously having to listen to me prattle on. But I think I might mix it up a little bit and, again, just maybe step it back to once a fortnight, maybe do a live stream instead. Like, we haven't done a live stream on the channel for quite some time, so maybe that's something that I can do. Maybe once a month do a live stream, and you guys can come and you can talk to me in the chat while I'm stitching and all that sort of stuff. I'll just have to see how I go with that, because not having a second person when questions are being asked is a little bit tricky too, so that's always a little bit tricky. So but yeah, I enjoyed doing the Stitch With Me's as well, and I've had a lot of feedback about the Stitch With Me's, people enjoying them. But now that I have the Dusty Book Sniffers, what will I be talking about? Because I don't really go out of the house and I don't really socialize that much. Most of everything I do you guys see anyway, and yeah, so my life is not that exciting. It really isn't. I'm sort of at a stage where I'm happy to just chill at home and not go and socialize. And, you know, considering we've just gone through a pandemic as well, and, you know, there's still that hanging around and whatnot, I haven't got it, and I don't want to get it. So I've become a little bit of a recluse. And when you've got everything you want and it can get posted to you, there's really no need to go out. So yeah, so that's sort of where I'm at the moment. This video has turned out to be a little bit longer than I expected it to be, but that's everything that's sort of going on. I've got a lot of stuff happening in the background business-wise, including my husband's, yeah, and just, you know, changing a few things up, problems with the website. As I said, the girls are pretty much sorted now. I am doing like driving lessons at the moment. My almost 18-year-old is taking her sweet time to get her license. She's just not a motivated driver. And when you're not a motivated driver, it's going to take a sweet time. However, I have a 15, almost 6, she turns 16 in August, so only a couple of months away. She's chapping at the bit to get behind the wheel of a car. So I'm guessing that she'll probably have her license before her eldest sister. She seems to be doing everything ahead of her eldest sister. As I said, she's also left school. We had some bullying and we had some mental health issues. She was also grieving the loss of Mia not being here anymore and gone back to her mother. There's some issues there that have not helped my mental health either. So I have been helping her to get back on track and help her through the grieving process and get her exempt from school because she's only 15. And before everybody freaks out at me that she's only 15 and she won't have an education, the girl is extremely intelligent. And I have no issues there whatsoever. Although I did think for one fleeting moment there that I may have had a knee-jerk reaction and it may have been the wrong decision. But her father has spent some time with her without me being there in the last couple of weeks, and he has been sending me some lovely messages saying that because he's in the truck all the time, so a lot of our relationship is via text. So he's been sending me some lovely messages just saying, hey, you know, just so you know, you've done an amazing job with the girls. They're awesome, and you really... He goes, I doubted your decision. Yes, just like you, I doubted your decision. He goes, but you nailed it, mate. You nailed it. And he talks to me like that because we are buddies, and he's like, you nailed it, mate. And that she is so happy. She's back to her normal self. Yeah, so we've got through that. She has also crossed that little bit of a milestone for herself. She is now, while still angry at her older sister for uprooting Mia and all the rest of it, she has made friends with the fact that this is the situation and there's not much that she can do about it. So she just has to accept what she can't control, and then she can just move on from that. And so once I've got that into her head, she's been a lot better. She's gone and got a photo done without any tears. She picked up some stuff for her room to put the photo in and all that without any tears. She can now talk about her without any tears. So it is making it a lot easier to get through the day for her. And she's also working almost full time. Like, she's found a great group of friends down where she works in Kingaroy, which is absolutely amazing. She's inviting her friends over for sleepovers, and she's realized that mum and dad aren't the enemy. So that's where we're sort of at the moment, which is really good. And I'm super happy about the fact that she's getting back on track. And yeah, so as I said, bit of an update. Going forward, come June, I will be back to filming. I do have a tutorial going up this week, just a little quick one. So I will be just doing tutorials every 2 weeks, and then on the off week is when I will film my floss tube. So you'll still get a video pretty much every week from me. The floss tube won't be starting until June, and that's probably when I'll start back with my Stitch With Me's as well. So I'm hoping that I still will get 2 videos up a week, a Stitch With Me, because I can do that each week on a Monday. And also then it'll be a tutorial and or a floss tube. And so I'm not entirely sure when those videos are going to go up, so I might mix that up a little bit. As for diamond painting is the other one. I haven't done any of that either. I'm hoping to start back to that in June. I just haven't been feeling my craft lately. So that's sort of where I'm at. And I've got a ton of stuff here. Once I start doing that again, I'll probably start filming that overhead. And I may end up just swapping it or doing alternate weeks. 1 week Stitch With Me, 1 week diamond paint with me. I still have to sit down and figure out what I'm going to do with that. But thank you so much for listening to me for the last however long it's been. I appreciate that, but I just wanted to come in and say, hey, I haven't forgotten you guys. I am just doing a little bit of a regroup, and I need to just take care of some business behind the scenes first and not put the extra stress onto me. And so I will be back in June, and that's when you'll start to see more videos from me. In the meantime, if you want to see some stuff that I'm reading and whatnot, head over to Dusty Book Sniffers, and which is here on YouTube, and I have a weekly update there at the moment, and that I'm doing each week. And then I have other videos that at the beginning of the month I sort of bulk do and whatnot. I've got a couple of challenges that I'm doing over there. We've got a couple of group reads that we're coming up as well, and we've got one happening now. So we've got a lot of stuff happening over there as well. And go over, click that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside, and then that way you won't miss out on any of my bookish uploads. And also, if you are new here and you're just seeing this video for the very first time and just meeting me, hey, welcome to the channel. Sorry you've ended up here on a time when I'm not really on here, but thank you so much for clicking on the video, and hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and then you're guaranteed to see some of my sewing tutorials and other things that I have happening on the channel. And as for all of my subscribers, the over 20,000 of you, thank you so much for making my time on YouTube such a great and happy place. I really do appreciate you turning up every week and giving me thumbs up and talking to me in the comments, and then also over on Instagram as well. I just want to say thank you, because without you, I wouldn't be here. All right, so bring on June and the new schedule and all that sort of stuff. Have a great couple of weeks, everybody, and I will see you again for sure very soon. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also leave me a comment down below and say hey, so I know that you're still around. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye for now.